Hey guys, welcome back to my Wolfed Out Skyrim series. I am Roarin. Now this is going to be a bonus video of the Northern Cardinal. We're going to take a look at the mod and the aesthetics itself, and as well as pointing out some things that I wish the boat had, visually speaking. Don't get me wrong, this is a very, very useful house mod. Much like the Devaveza, it can travel to various places in Skyrim, as well as a couple places in some DLC, and I hear in maybe some modded content like Falskar. I don't know, I have to look that bit up. But the mod itself adds this lovely subtle dock to the other side of the actual dock system over there for Solitude. Now there are other dock mods and there are other house mods that are boats that are stationed here in Solitude. One of them pertaining to is done by a famous house mod creator called Eleonora. She creates a house mod called Serenity. It's a very lovely boat, but it clashes with this one. So there's no way you would be able to have both boat mods installed without a lot of visual ugliness, because it's all over the place. Trust me, I looked it. It's awful. Now, unlike the Serenity mod by Eleonora, this one you can actually hire crew members, 4 of which are here, and then the other 2 are at the other 2 docks located in Dawnstar and Windhelm. There's 2 NPCs in here where you have to do a tiny fetch quest, a little tiny mini quest, in order to gain them as your crew members, and then you can hire a bard or blacksmith here. At the other one you can hire a mage, and the other dock you can hire an alchemist, and they're all stationed inside the boat as basically your own personal shops, your own personal crew members. Now in the previous video we rescued these 2 NPCs from the clutches of those pirates that happened to kidnap the crew members of the previous Northern Cardinal crew. This guy sells fish. This guy sells bows and arrows. Both are which is a really nice quick way to sell off some stuff, especially if you have shops in one of your own homes. Now this boat mod looks pretty good. It looks really good. But there's some subtleties that I like and don't like about the boat outside itself. Now the paint at the bottom where the Northern Cardinal is, where it looks scratched up, that I really do like. I do like that tiny bit of subtlety it has, where the previous crew couldn't actually steer it very well. Now the head of the ship, you can change out either for this, which is supposed to be a mermaid. It doesn't look nothing like a bloody mermaid, or nothing at all, which I'm probably going to do because I really don't like that. And I wish it had a little bit more on the whole of the ship, like lanterns, especially in the front and a couple of various places on the hull itself, as well as like those shields over there on that boat over there. I wish it had some of that Nordic feel right here. Wish it had some shields. It would look fantastic. Maybe some netting over the ship. It's missing that oomph that makes it a Nord ship that you want here in Skyrim. Now, I also had this thought where it could use maybe a little bit of Dwemer tech mixed with some Nordic ingenuity, like have a couple water mills, one here and one on the other side of the boat, to make it look like it had steam power. Just little subtle difference that gives it that pop that you really want. Because outside of the ship, it looks really boring. The only things that you can pretty much change outside of the ship is the banners, which there are 4 options for. One with the Cardinal face, a pirate logo, a Stormcloak logo, and Imperial logo. And the only other thing that you can change is the front of the ship. Also, when installing the mod, it has you the ability to change it to normal textures, which makes it look like every bland colored boat that is out there, especially like the ones over there. Other than that, that is the only 3 things you can change visually on the outside of the boat. Now, this part of the ship, I don't like how it's empty. It's empty. It's supposed to be almost like a trading vessel. So I wish there was like more barrels, even the crappy barrels that you can't even look into. And boxes, and maybe like a crane system where it would have this crane pulley system, much like we've seen in the JK's Riften mod in a few episodes back, wherever I put the bloody thing. Wish it had a crane, wish it had like those fishing nets that you see all around the area, maybe one of those carts over there with the little hoodie thing. It just needs a little bit more character on the outside, other than this table and these chairs. Maybe also a couple of those giant mead kegs that you see lying around. It just needs that little bit. Also, I don't know why they don't have railings completely throughout this part, and even in this part. It could use some more railings. And maybe a chair or two up here. Maybe a navigational compass, because there are some assets out there where you can put a navigational compass right here, just for visually speaking. And it definitely needs lanterns. It needs lanterns. Because much like the Dev of Aesir has lanterns on its wings. It has lanterns all over the bloody place. All I have is these stupid wall sconces. Just these 2 wall sconces. It's supposed to have something visually notifying, like, say, sailing in the ship. It's supposed to be dark, and they have the lighthouse, and they're supposed to see the boat coming in order to warn the lighthouse that there's rocks coming by. The boat needs to have lights. Lights, damn it! But other than that, well, yeah, it does need a lot of visual work on the outside. Wish it had that trade feel to it. Okay, let's go in here, which is the captain's cabin. It's not like the quarters. It's not the quarters, it's the cabin. I don't know why there's 2 captain things, but there is. Don't ask me. Now visually in here, it looks really good. Now there are these windows. These windows right here. But there's no windows outside, at least that I can see. I have to recheck that. Let me go ahead and do that. I was too busy talking out my ass that I forgot to notice if there's any windows. Oh, okay, it does have windows on the outside. Okay, alright. Back in the captain's cabin. Now the coloration and the looks of the captain's cabin is pretty well done. I really like some of the things, but stuff like this doesn't really make sense. There's a shield plaque right here against some kind of decoration. That doesn't make sense to me. Here's where you can actually hire crew and manage your crew members You could either dismiss them or hire them back, from what I can tell. All dismissed or all aboard. You could even add journals that you could place in NPCs' hands, in their pockets basically, either reverse pickpocketing them or if you have a follower. And I believe if you dismiss that follower from your party, they'll come here instead of their actual home. Unless you got a house home replacer mod that I have, like my house is your house mod. Now this map right here allows you to transport to Castle Volkihar, and I also believe Raven Rock. Now I haven't been there, I haven't been to Raven Rock yet, but I believe this is the map to do it. See, it allows you to transport there. Now there's this key thing, this whatever this is, that you can't use. I don't know why. I've seen this mesh before and allowed me to place shit inside of it, but it doesn't. But I do like the subtle knickknacks. Like right here, there's a telescope. There is a raven statue for some reason. It's not red. It's not a cardinal. It's a raven. Couple weapon plaques where you can place stuff in. Oh, nice little clock that doesn't really tell time because it doesn't move. Here's a couple of mannequins that you can have. A couple of weapon plaques where you place your weapons. Now this table seems pretty useless in a way. It does have that visual aspect of yes, I'm supposed to sit here and this is where I command my ship. Even though the front is right there, is in that direction. But the one thing about this room, it allows you to change various details on the ship. Like the banner, which is right here. Let me go to change it to Stormcloak and the figurehead. Ooh, I could change it to a dragon. Oh, I didn't notice that. I thought it was just a mermaid. Oh, you can also change the lower deck from what I hear. To nothing, I don't know. So this is the captain's quarters, or you know, bridge or whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and see that dragon. Oh, that is much better than the mermaid. Oh my god. That mermaid looked awful. It looked horrible. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks tons better. Now, one thing about the outside of the ship that allows you to let's see which one. It's this one. It allows you to port up here at the top of the mast. It allows you to look out. But be warned, it also transports your horses if you happen to have been riding one. Or 5. Like I have over there. All my horses are over there. It's because my followers are with me. Alright, let's go inside the main part of the ship. First, we're going to take a look at the captain's quarters. The actual captain's quarters where the captain sleeps. I do like the tiny subtlety that is in this room. It's not too cluttered, but it's not too... yeah, it's not too empty. Though the weird graphical issue between this rug and the floorboard is something to be desired. It has various shrine statues all across the ship. So if there's a shrine here that you need, it is probably in here somewhere. This leads out into the wheel of the ship. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now this part of the deck of the ship is also pretty lacking because look at all this empty space. You can steal the wheel, and you could take it to Dawnstar Windhelm from here, as well as the map over there. And so you don't have to climb up right through here. It does. It could use like a table or a bench or more crates. It needs crates. Lots of crates. And it doesn't have that huge, large nautical feel to it. It needs it just lacks that little bit, that little something like a ship has. I really do like the coloration of all this, and I'm glad that he has doors for the captain quarters. I really like that. Now this right here, there is no door to it, but this is pretty much the Alchemy Enchanting Workstation. Here's your mage that gives you enchanted stuff, mainly soul gems and scrolls, spells. Here's the alchemist that you can hire. And more mannequins with their buggy selves. I really don't like how mannequins are still bugged in this game. But he has very, very lovely alchemy. Look at this. This alchemy station is not too blown out of proportion, but it's also not that bland either. Displays, pictures, paintings, all kinds of stuff. As well as the enchanting area. Looks really well done. And whatever this is. I really like this room. I really do like this room. Yeah, here's another shrine. Shrine to Julianus. We even have a tiny little aquarium that is, I guess from a distance, it looks like there's water in there, but up close, those fish look like they're floating in midair. And going through some kind of, that must be where the water graphic is. Okay. Now let's go downstairs. Now here's where a lot of these barrels and kegs are, that should be at the top as well. Are you humming to yourself? Well, anyway, here's a blacksmith that you can hire. One of them, because there's two, I believe, that you can hire. And here's his station. I really don't like the feel of the whole placement of most of where the stuff is at. I don't know, you could probably download a mod that allows you to reposition most of this stuff the way you want it, which be tempted to try out if I had that much time on my hands. It would be tempting. But yeah, you could probably download a mod that allows you to reposition all this if you don't like the feel to it, which I don't know. No, I don't like it. But anyway, this is the blacksmith area. Now, of course, they can't really have a forge in here because that makes no sense. A blacksmith anvil makes better sense. Now we're going to dive into a little bit more of the crew quarters. This is a place where you can have your followers, have your crew, maybe even your children all stay. There's just a couple of rooms that have these beds in them. This is the dining hall, which I feel like it should have a better kitchen area. But at least this is where the bard hangs out. They eat, have some music playing. There's also a woodcutter chopping station for some reason. I don't know why. Ooh, I like that barrel. I like the design of that barrel. And more crew stuff. Yep. All that stuff. Now let's go down to another level. Here we have a brig for no apparent reason. There's no use for it. I can't imprison anybody in here. I would like to. Maybe I could port an NPC. Maybe like a monster or something in here. Oh, I could port a monster in here and use console commands to lock this shit up. Maybe that'd be cool. Now here's where these lanterns should be on the outside. Though there should be some on here too. But here we have more boxes that they could have put outside. And the staircase that goes to nowhere. It doesn't go to anywhere. And here's some kind of crane pulley system that they could have used outside, which would have looked aesthetically pleasing too. But why is this here? This makes no sense. Play that lute. Rock out. Now, even though I did gripe a little bit on the visuals for the outside and some on the inside, by far this is one of the best house mods that you can get, mainly because it does travel with you. It allows you to have a home station in Solstein before you get your Raven Rock house, where you can store all your items instead of having to travel back and forth between wherever you place your house in Skyrim to the DLC of the Dragonborn. Also allows you to travel to the castle of Culort if you're a vampire, or if you have a mod that will end up having that castle as your home. Like I will have once I complete the Dawnguard series. Other than that, yeah, like I said, this is one of the best house mods that you can probably get. It doesn't have that expansive beef that most castle house mods have. It doesn't have that tiny cramped feeling that some other house mods have. It's just, it has a nice feel to it, an equilibrium to it. To most people anyway. But I'm not most people. I'm a werewolf. I should change that flag banner before they come and arrest me. Well, that's it. That is the Northern Cardinal for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video as well as the one before it for the 250 sub bonus video set. A lot shorter than Helgen Reborn, which I'm thankful for, because I don't want to go through that mess anytime soon. Which I'm probably going to run into. I'm going to talk myself into something stupid like that much later on in my YouTube channel. Well, you guys, stay furry, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.